Well, here we go again. Grumpy old man back for another tangent. That idea's not getting old, is it, Josh? All right, let's talk about it. There's way too much stupidity in trucking. Am I right? Yeah, absolutely. I just got everybody on my side with that statement. There we go. I love it. You love to see it. Hello, everyone. All right. God, I've been on this little tangent for quite a while, haven't I? But I've just been so damn frustrated with everything that I see out there as a trucker these days. It is really, really bad. There's a word I shy away from, though, that I don't use very often. And that word is a word that we're going to use a lot today because there's no other way to describe what is happening. I've already used the word once, and that word is stupid. Now, I'm going to tell you a little backstory on why I stay away from that word, okay? That there's actually a reason. There's words I don't use because of things that have happened in my life that I go, okay, I'm not, fuck that word. I'm a weirdo is what I'm trying to tell you guys. I'm a fucking weirdo. I was born and raised in the great state of Colorado, as most of you know, and I grew up amongst the rednecks. Yes, that's true. Well, you think I got to be a trucker because other circumstances? No. I'm a goddamn redneck, that's why. Not a very good one. I'm not a very good redneck. I don't own guns. I don't know how to go hunting. And I'm really, really bad at fishing also. Really bad at fishing. So, like, as far as, like, rednecks go, I can drive a truck. That's about it. I can grow a redneck beard. I can do that. Yep, I can do those things. But hunting, fishing, fixing stuff, nah, that ain't me. I'm a really terrible redneck. Anyways, somewhere along the line, though, my family had gotten intertwined with another family of a different kind of rednecks. My friends, I'm talking about the dreaded Arkansas rednecks. The worst kind. And I don't know how we became kinfolk with the Arkansas rednecks, but we did. And one thing that really drove me nuts about them was they were very fucking hateful people for absolutely no reason. Just hated everything all the time. Never saw them laugh, never saw them smile, never saw any kind of happiness in them at all. Just anger all the fucking time. But one of their favorite things to do was sit around and talk real slow about how stupid everyone else is, right? That's what they did. They loved it. And my entire childhood was growing up listening to fucking idiots talk about how stupid everyone else was. Yeah, and they just said weird shit, like just the pronunciation of words. One I can think of off the top of my head is drain. This is one of the examples I can think of, right? You have a sink full of water, right? And you pull the plug, and then the sink will drain, right? And they would pronounce it drain. Pronounce it. As I'm bitching about people not pronouncing words correctly, I go and say a word like pronounce. Fuck my life. Anyways, they would say drain. That sink don't drain, right? And things weren't on the floor. Like if you left something on the floor, maybe you were going to bed one night and you threw your clothes on the floor. Oh, you were going to catch hell the next morning. What the hell you doing, boy, leaving your clothes in the floor? Things were in the floor, not on the floor, right? And these were the very same people that spent all their time calling everybody else stupid. Fucking magical the way the world works, isn't it? Think they call that the Dunning-Kruger effect. I'm not sure. I'm kind of dumb myself. I've said that term a few times on my channel without really looking it up. Why read shit, Josh? Why read about stuff and learn about stuff when you could just say stuff on the internet? There's more fun if you do it that way. I just spit on you guys as I said that. Did you like it? I hope you did. Anyways, anyways, the jokes that go through my head that I'm not allowed to say on YouTube, yeah, those are the things that make me laugh while I'm talking to you guys. Come hang out with me in the truck sometimes. We'll just cruise around the country and I'll say the real shit that's going on up here, and then you'll be like, I don't think I like this guy anymore. He's a fucking weird motherfucker. Anyways, there's way too much stupidity in trucking, guys. It has gotten me to like my boiling point where I just cannot take any more absolute stupidity. Now, we've talked a lot about how people act on the road, mainly those fucking prime drivers, right? It's sick of prime drivers with their not knowing how to drive a goddamn truck, matching the speed of every truck that tries to pass them. All the stupid shit that prime drivers do. We've talked about that a lot, okay? Guys, I have seen a lot of stupid shit happening lately in the truck stops too. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? I know, that sounds fucking crazy. And as a matter of fact, on my phone, I do have a couple recordings of these things happening in the truck stop that I need to delete, because this isn't fucking bonehead truckers over here. We're not recording people trying to get them in trouble at their jobs, or, you know, trying to do this or that, cause problems for these fucking idiots. We don't do that, but I sometimes get like, oh fuck, I'm gonna record this and put it on my channel, and then I think better of it. I'll just come here and I'll tell you guys the story, right? So I'm gonna tell you a really dumb thing. Actually, you know what, let me back up. There's something I need to tell you guys. We'll get there when we get there, baby. You just hold on. Now, I have to be honest with you. There is someone behind the scenes of this YouTube channel, somebody that's pulling the strings, making all this guy trucks do all the work. I'm just a front for a person sitting behind the curtain. That's not entirely true, but there is a person that is very, very helpful with the channel, right? That person is responsible for all the really cool thumbnails that we've been getting, and that person also encouraged me to retell the story of kicking the trainee off the truck that last I looked had like 82,000 views. But on top of that, that person is also responsible for, as you guys saw, tracking down the original I kicked a trainee off my truck video and handing it back over to me when he could have used that video for evil, when he could have given that to any shithead out there on YouTube that would have fucking killed to have that video in their possession just to fuck with me, just so they could upload it to their channel and say, look, I have Josh's big video, and there would have been nothing I could do about it because I didn't actually at the time own the video, so I couldn't go copyright strike the person and say, that is my video, that's me on the video. He returned the video to me, you guys, to my channel. I could give a fuck less if that video gets 1 million views again. I don't care. I mean, it would be nice. Don't get me wrong. It would be nice. But the fact that it's back in my possession, when he sent that to me, I had damn near cried. There's a reason I bring that up, though. Because me and him bounce a lot of ideas off of each other for the channel. This has to do with stupidity and trucking. Just give me a second. So when I'm going through my different ideas for videos I want to do, he'll tell me what he thinks of that idea. Just straight up honest answers either way. He helps me refine the titles. We work together to come up with hopefully a good thumbnail for you guys. And he is very responsible for some of the big growth we saw on the channel, you know, a couple months ago before the holidays. Things were really starting to pop off around here. Pretty normal around holidays. You'll kind of dip and then you got to pull yourself up out of the ditch, you know. That's kind of how YouTube works. And he has been in favor of my really shitty attitude where I'm just like, this motherfucker pissed me off because they were acting dumb. And he's like, yeah, dude, make that into a video, tell the story. And I'm like, dude, but you remember all the times people got mad at me on YouTube because I made fun of truckers, and you're not allowed to do that apparently. And he's like, yeah, dude, fuck all that. You're allowed to make fun of truckers. You're allowed to make fun of anything you want. You do whatever you want to do. And if you can make a funny video out of it, you go ahead and do that. So he's been encouraging my bad behavior, is what I'm trying to tell you guys. A really, really good friend. I'm just kidding. He is. The dude's awesome as fuck. But he hasn't been encouraging my bad behavior as much as encouraging me to stay true to myself and make the video that I want to make without any concern about what other shitheads on YouTube are going to say about it, right? And I will be eternally grateful to him for doing that. So with that said, he tells me when he doesn't like something that I'm doing. And one of the things he didn't like that I did recently was somebody typed on one of my comments and said, he said Youre with the wrong Youre, Y-O-U-R, you're a idiot. Some of you guys saw that community post, right? To which I responded to him, Jerry, it's you're an idiot, with the correct Youre and the use of an instead of because in I learned this shit in 2nd grade, if even that. It might have been 1st grade, it might have been kindergarten. If a letter is starting with a vowel, then you were gonna say then you would say an instead of it's not your idiot, it's your an idiot, you know. And the reason I posted that was because I thought it was fucking funny, right? Now, I did get a text from my very dear friend, and he said, hey, I think it's wrong to individually target people and make fun of them. And I said, yeah, you're probably right. And there's probably a lot of my viewers that see it that way also. But there's also a lot that are going to laugh at that and make fun of it with me. And that's what we're all here for, baby. That's what we're all here for. And that's the hard thing about making YouTube videos. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Is like sometimes you're going to do something that a lot of your audience is going to go, what are you doing? Why did you do that, right? But then the other half of your audience is going to be like, fuck yeah, get their asses, right? You know? And I'm not going to make a living off of finding an individual person to target and like, you know, let's make a community post or let's make a video or what have you. But sometimes I'm fucking going to. All right? Can we all accept that? Sometimes I'm fucking going to. And the reason I chose to do that with old Jerry over there was because Jerry's running through my comments like a fucking psychopath, saying completely nonsensical sentences to me to point out how stupid I am. And I'm sitting in my truck going, am I crazy? Or is this guy actually a fucking dipshit that's trying to convince me that I'm not as intelligent as him for some reason? I don't know. Let's put it up on the community and see how people react. See how people react. Turns out nobody likes Jerry. Nobody. All right? And you know, this channel is an interesting place because I interact with my viewers very regularly. I'll be in the comments. Sometimes I say completely stupid off the wall shit in response to a comment because I'm not good at reading and comprehending sometimes. So if you're participating in this channel in the comments, then you are subject to being discussed in a video, whether that be a positive thing. Hey, Heather, just kidding. That's going to become a running joke. Thank you, Heather, for being a good sport. Because she was like, oh my God, you shouted me out in a video. So maybe every once in a while we'll just, hey, Heather, how you doing? You know, we'll just wink at the camera. But sometimes I'm going to do stuff like that. Or sometimes a whole video comes out of a comment that someone left, right? Now, I hear you guys when you say, ignore the haters, Josh, ignore the haters. And hey, I'm with you. Fuck the haters. Who gives a shit, man? I'm this guy Trucks, baby. You think I'm worried about what shitheads say on the internet? I used to be. Old me or young me, however that works, used to really care about that shit. Don't give a fuck no more. You say whatever stupid thing you want to say. That's your own goddamn problem, not mine. Has nothing to do with me. Fuck the haters, I agree with. But every once in a while, my friends, every once in a while, can't we just laugh at the haters' expense? Can't we all just sit back and have a giggle and be like, what a dipshit this guy is, and we can all bond a little bit over what an absolute fucking moron someone else is? I think it's important to the community. To the community, my friends. That's what I think. That was a long way of saying that's why I made fun of that dipshit. And I'll probably do it again. I'll probably do it again. Maybe the same dipshit. Maybe a different dipshit next time. Who fucking knows? With me, I'm pretty unpredictable. Who knows? Anyways, getting back to stupidity in trucking out here in the real world and not just on YouTube, because on the internet it's real fucking bad, right? I was driving one day into a truck stop, right? Pulling into a truck stop. Found me a parking spot, lined up for it, you know, like I do. Rolled me old window down. I don't know why I started talking like that, but sometimes I have like mini strokes, I think, in my head. So a normal person would have been like, I rolled my window down. And then me, the words come out. So I roll me old window down, right? Like I do when I'm backing into a damn spot. And, which was pointless at the time because I was listening to music. The reason I roll my window down, I'm sure most of you that are truckers do this too, I would hope. Actually, I don't give a fuck. Don't do it. Wreck your truck. Gives me more shit to laugh at. I don't fucking care. But I roll it down to listen to what's going on outside around me. Maybe somebody's laying on the air horn. Maybe I'm like fucking up and they're like, you know, and I'm like, oh shit. Or maybe somebody's screaming as they're being crushed under my tire. I hope not, but I'd like to hear them if that were the case, right? So I do that. But here's why it didn't make sense, because I was listening to music very loudly, right? I got a pretty good stereo system in this OK dub over here, and I was listening to music very loud, right? As I was backing up, I noticed this little chubby dumb looking trucker just standing out by the spot where I was backing into. And I looked back, like acknowledged him, right? And he just like kind of like nods at me, and I'm like, okay, I guess he's just gonna stand there. That's fine. I don't care what he does. If he wants to stand there instead of go around me or whatever he needs to do, all of this is just fine. So I back into my spot, right? And it's magical watching me back in. I mean, I'm the world's greatest at backing up a truck, so I'm sure that's what he was doing. He was just in awe, I say, of my talent as I backed my truck into my spot, right? And as I backed up, like, I noticed he's still standing right there, right, you know, by the window that's down on my truck, you know? And I noticed he's saying something to me, but I can't hear him. You know why? Because the music's still up. Now, my playlist, I should have told you guys this already. My playlist on YouTube lately consists of a lot of women singers, right? I don't know why. You know what I do when I listen to music? I listen to what I like at the time, right? And that's just kind of where I'm at right now, right? Not paying any fucking attention to it. I don't know what I was listening to. Hell, could have been some old 80s, I don't know. Belinda Carlisle, Heaven is a Place on Earth. Who fucking knows? I'm not sure what I'm listening to, right? But that's what I'm listening to. Now, I noticed this little chubby fuck standing outside, and he's saying something to me. I obviously can't hear him. So I turn down my radio and I go, "What's that?" And he goes, "No shit, guys. I wish I was making this up, right?" This guy goes, "Are you gay?" And I said, "What?" And he goes, "Are you gay?" I said, "That's the weirdest way I've ever been propositioned in a truck stop parking lot. No, my good sir, I'm not gay. What the hell are you talking about? Why would he ask that?" And I laughed and I said, "No." And he goes, "Well, I heard you listening to a girl in there." All right, let's stop and pause for a second, my friends. I don't think there's anything wrong with being gay. Hey, you love who you love, right? Me? It's just not really my thing. Just not really my thing. I think you can be as gay as you want. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. So, he heard me listening to a woman singing in my truck, and that gave him the impression that I'm gay. All right, my friends. Since when is enjoying the sound of a woman's voice considered gay? What the fuck just happened? What the hell is going on? I liked what I was listening to. I had no thoughts cross my mind whatsoever. I was not questioning my sexuality while I was listening to this song. It was just a banger at the time. It sounded really fucking good. And I'm like, hell yeah, this is what I'm going to listen to, and I'm going to crank that shit up. That's what I'm going to do. And I was not having a crisis. I wasn't crying while I was driving the truck going, oh my God, how am I going to tell my family that, like, I'm finally coming out of the closet, guys. I'm finally coming out of the closet. I listened to a song with a woman singer. Oh my God. What a dipshit you have to be to think that the music you listen to has absolutely anything to do with your sexuality. That is the most close-minded, ignorant, stupid shit that I have ever heard in my fucking life. Anyways, I just laughed at him and I went, nope. And I went on about my business. Like, that dude's worried about a stranger's sexuality based on the music he's listening to. Fucking phenomenal. Absolutely amazing job by his parents. Jesus fucking Christ. So anyways, that's one dumb thing, right? Now, here's one that's really funny. If that one wasn't funny enough for you, here's one that's really funny. I was once again pulling into a truck stop, getting ready to back into my spot. There was a May truck in front of me trying to back into the row opposite from the row I was going to back into. So he's clearly blocking what I need to do. But here's what I noticed, because I'm a perceptive little motherfucker, right? There is a person sitting inside the truck, and there is another person outside the truck near the back that's waving his hands around, telling him what to do and all this stuff. Yeah, in my tiny little pea brain, something clicked and I went, oh, okay. The guy sitting in the seat, he's probably a trainee, right? And the guy back there in the back directing him, he's probably a trainer. This is gonna take a minute. No big deal. So I set my brake and I put myself in off duty, because you just never know. With a new guy learning how to back a truck, you might be sitting there for 10, 15 minutes. Set your brake, fucking relax. Let the guy learn how to back. Who gives a fuck, right? So they get into their spot like enough that I've got room to go like do my thing and back into my spot. So while I'm doing that, there's another truck on the other side of them, right? And I get back into my spot and I'm just like getting my stuff ready to go get a shower when I hear an air horn. Where does this air horn come from? The person, the other truck driver on the other side waiting past this May truck that's trying to back in, right? So what does the trainer do? Absolutely what he should have done. You know what he did? He flips off that fat fuck that's sitting in his truck honking at people. He flips him off, right? And then he goes back to doing what he's doing, helping his trainee get backed into his spot, right? Now, once his trainee gets backed into his spot, you know, the trainer's walking back up to the front of the truck when old angry fat boy in the other truck comes barreling up on him right in front of his truck, you know, pulls his truck right in front of the May truck where the trainer's standing, and fat boy in there just starts screaming at him about, you don't fucking flip me off, you don't disrespect me, boy, fucking I've been driving big trucks since the 70s and you don't fucking tell me, and when I want to get through, I want to get through, right, motherfucker? And he's trying to tell the guy, he's like, hey, I'm training him, so it's going to take a while for him to back in. I don't give a fuck. You need to get the fuck out of the way. And he said, look, I'm training him. He's learning how to drive a truck. You need to be more patient, you know? And the guy's still yelling at him, and the trainer just walks away. Like, what a fucking dipshit this guy is, right? What an absolute asshole this guy is. We've got a young man out there. You know, the same people that you accuse of not wanting to work, nobody wants to work no more. These young people don't want to do shit. Out there trying, learning how to back that fucking truck in. My voice cracked there. I'm not gonna cry, guys. It just sounded like it. Out there trying to learn to back the fucking truck in, and you're out there making it harder for him because he's in your way. Who the fuck are you? Who the actual fuck do you think you are that people have to get out of your way? Use your fucking head. Use your fucking head. There is a reason there is somebody out behind that truck giving hand signals and directing that truck in, because the guy in the goddamn driver's seat is learning. Back the fuck off. Set your brake. Take a breather. Have a sip off your soda pop, you fat fuck. And just wait. Just relax. You're gonna be just fine. It's going to be okay. And I always think with people like this that they woke up late that morning, so they're already late for their appointment and they're in a fucking hurry. And yeah, that sucks. But I've done it too. All right? But you don't get to make it everyone else's problem because you couldn't get the fuck out of bed on time. That's not anyone else's fault, right? But it was sheer fucking stupidity. Now, I was going to go over and talk to them after I got my shower stuff together, but then they were both in the truck by that point. Like, they were both in the sleeper, so maybe they were getting stuff ready for a shower or whatever. But what I was going to tell them, I was going to tell the trainer, like, hey, yeah, keep flipping those assholes off because they need to know they're not the only people out here. So keep flipping them off. Fuck them, right? And I was going to tell the trainee, hey, a lot of guys out here like that. Just take your time. Just learn how to back the truck right, and you're going to be just fine, right? Take your time anytime you need it. I still do sometimes. I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm fucking this up. What the hell's wrong with me? And I'll take my sweet-ass time getting where I'm going. You know why? Beats the shit out of driving into other trucks and people and buildings and all that stuff. And I kind of wanted to offer them a few words of encouragement, but they were like in their truck. I didn't want to go knock on the door like a fucking weirdo, you know, and tell them that. But it was just complete, absolute stupidity, right? And if you think that's not enough, I've got one more story for you. A couple nights ago, I was parked in the truck stop, in the back, curtains closed, playing me some Witcher on the old PS5, right? Just having a good time. Just left the world for a while just to play in my little fantasy RPG game and just mind my business. When I was alarmed by the sound of an air horn outside. Oh my God, it's 6 o'clock at night. What are you guys doing blowing your fucking air horn in the truck stop? What must be going on out there? Because I don't know if you dumb shit truckers know this or don't fucking know this. Normally when we're parked at a truck stop, if our curtains are closed especially, there's a good chance that truck drivers are trying to sleep. Why are you blowing your fucking air horn? What must be going on out there? Now, there are a few scenarios where it probably makes sense to blow your air horn. A guy's actively about to run into your truck or another truck and you're seeing it. By all means, hit your fucking air horn. Stop the accident from happening. Good for you. Thank you for your service. What a great thing you just did, right? But that's probably about the only reason, right? So, I decide to get up and open the curtains. What must be going on out there? Well, some poor bastard came into the truck stop, and I think he was lining up to go into the fuel island. So he's in front of a row of trucks that are just parked there, lining up to get into the fuel island when his truck dies. Must have ran out of fuel right there, right? Something, right? So the poor bastard's got his hood open on his truck. I don't know what's going on exactly, what's going on, but his hood up shows us that maybe something's wrong. Maybe he's having a problem with the truck, or whatever, right? Now, there was another shithead trucker that was parked in the row of trucks that needed to leave. It was time for him to go for the day, right? Apparently. So what he did, knowing he doesn't have room to get out, and all the other truckers around him might be sleeping, here's what you can do. Here's what you can do. I'll tell you what he did do in a minute, but here's what you can do. You can get out of your truck where the guy is parked right in front of you with his hood open and walk over there and be like, hey man, what's going on? And then he'll tell you, right? And then let's say he's like really, really broke down, like that sucks and everything. You got to go. You need to be on your way, but there's a truck in front of you. You can always like snap a picture if you really need proof, but send a message to your dispatch being like, hey, like there's a truck broke down in front of my parking spot. I can't leave where I'm at. I'll keep you updated. That's it. That's all you can do. That's what it is, right? So here's what the fucking dummy decided to do anyways. Instead of fucking being an adult, being a fucking reasonable person, he drove his truck as far forward as he could. So he was sitting right on the passenger door of that truck that was broke down in front of him, and grabbed his air horn and just fucking pulled. Just raising hell out there, right? Now, I get it, you're mad, you're frustrated, but have you ever blown an air horn so fucking hard that it fixed the broke down truck in front of you? Yeah, me neither. Not once. It's never happened. If that was how it worked, we would all just do that. Like we see a guy broke down on the side of the road, you know? Oh fuck, I'm in the brotherhood of trucking, I'm gonna fix his truck, and we just lay on the air horn as we pass, and he'd go, oh thank God, and then his truck would start running again. What I'm trying to tell you is blowing your air horn at people doesn't fix their truck, believe it or not. I know that sounds stupid coming from me, but it's a fact, right? So now he's out there raising hell, waking up every trucker in there that's probably sleeping, just holding the air horn, just pissed off as a motherfucker, right? And then he decides to get out and find the driver, who's like obviously freaking the fuck out. He's like, I can't believe I'm broke down right in front of this line of trucks, right when this guy needs to leave. Imagine my fucking luck. He's obviously having a bad day, and this guy's out there just screaming in his face, what the fuck are you doing? Get the fuck out of the way. What the fuck is your problem? And the guy's like, sir, I'm broke down. Get the fuck out. Go, get the goddamn go. Get the fuck out of my way. Sir, I'm broke the fuck down. I can't do anything about this. You know what he does? I'll tell you what he does. I'll tell you what he does, guys. You're not gonna believe this. He pulls some big brain shit, right? Pulls some big brain shit. And he walks back over to his truck, gets in, and lays on the fucking air horn again. Do you know what it solved? Nothing. Nothing. Now, after a few minutes of this poor bastard out there turning his truck off and on, trying to crank the engine over, it started. And then he moved. How about it? How about it? Anyways, the fucking point is, I am sick to death of these childish, ignorant, stupid sons of bitches out here acting like complete assholes all the time, and I just can't take it anymore. I just can't fucking take it anymore. And you never know how to approach those situations, right? Now, I'm in my truck. Could I have gotten out and been like, walked over to this guy and been like, hey, you need to chill out. The dude's truck is obviously broke down. Like, why don't you go in your truck and just relax? No, this is an unhinged motherfucker that yells at people for having a bad day. Let me repeat that. He yells at people for having a bad day. So if I go out there and say something, now am I going to have to like get in a fist fight with this chubby fuck? Who really knows? Who really knows? But goddamn, I'm not out here to fight people, but I swear to God, I'm one goddamn chubby confrontational fuck away from maybe putting someone on their ass one of these days, because somebody needs to make a fucking example of these shitheads. And don't get me wrong, okay? I don't think I'm a tough guy. Not by any means, right? I don't think I'm going to run around out there looking for fights or anything like that. But if a guy were to get in my face, right, and I felt threatened, I don't know how I would react. I don't know how I would respond to that, but I can tell you, I'm not in the greatest shape in the world either, but the people I see out here starting shit are the last people on earth that should be out here starting shit with other motherfuckers. They are not in the physical shape to be looking for a fucking fight out here. I can promise you that. I can promise you that. Anyways, I'm out of breath, my friends. I feel like I'm not ending this video in any kind of way at all. It's just over. I just wore myself out. Bye now.